Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday, June 3rd. I can't believe we're already into another month this year. We're almost halfway through 2026. Of course, thanks to everybody for tuning in on our OTT platform and also Wlbt. .com and our YouTube streaming platforms as well. Got several different ways for you to be able to watch us here, and we appreciate all of you tuning in to us today. So we have a couple of things that we want to get started with first. Of course, my name is CJ LeMaster. I'm your lead investigative reporter here with WLBT, also your host for this digital news desk update each and every weekday. Whenever we don't have breaking news or a whole bunch of stuff that I've got to get off my plate, I'm going to be here giving you the updates and news of the day. And so we really appreciate all of you for taking time out of your day to be able to, stick around and see what we got going on. First, we want to tell you about a story that we have been following since this morning. A teenager who escaped from the Rankin County Juvenile Detention Center will be charged as an adult. Now, the 14-year-old boy's name has not been released yet, but he was being held on an auto theft charge when he escaped late last month. He was recaptured a short time later after leading sheriff's deputies on a chase in a stolen vehicle. He now faces new auto theft and felony fleeing charges. In the capital city, Jackson police are asking for your help finding the thieves who broke into the city's impound lot. These surveillance images show the three people pulling on door handles, looking into vehicles. They left the lot, as you can see there, in a golf cart, left with a golf cart, ATV, and a motorbike. If you know who these individuals are or where they are, please contact Jackson Police or Crime Stoppers. That number, 601-355-TIPS. Federal judge halting a water authority board from taking over your water and sewer systems, at least for right now. The mayor of Jackson calls it a victory. The mayor of Byram has a different take. Now, this pause is just... There we go. Sorry about that. This pause is just temporary. Meaning that representatives can be appointed to the board. They can't make any decisions just yet. Of course, Jackson leaders have been demanding a majority representation on the board, but the city ended up getting just 3 of 9 seats. Byram and Ridgeland got 1 seat each, 1 appointment each to the board. Byram Mayor Richard White says the judge's decision only slows down the process, and he's renewing his push for Byram to sever its ties with the Jackson water system and start producing its own water.
And I think that's going to require me having 3 wells drilled and 1 tank. I'm prepared to do that. And I'm over this. I mean, I spend more time talking about water than I do I own the wastewater. And I spend more time with water problems than I do wastewater.
We don't want the state having a government without having skin in the game. House Bill 1677 didn't offer any skin in the game that Ridgeland would be putting up, that Byram would be putting up, that the legislature would be putting up, or that the governor would be putting up. And so we don't mind if you want to have some involvement, but not control.
Now, the new Water Authority Board would eventually take over for the interim third-party manager, Ted Hennepin. Mayor John Horn says the city is in the early stages of creating a transition plan which must be drafted by October. We're checking on the status of these woes with alcohol delivery in the Magnolia State as more bottles go on shelves. The number of legal actions against ABC's warehouse, though that number is increasing. And so we want to let you know more about that. There were already individual cases filed by package store owners both in Jackson and on the coast. Now a new class action suit filed on behalf of Mississippi liquor or packaged liquor retailers. They're suing the state's contracted operator for the ABC warehouse.
I mean, the state hired a multi-billion-dollar company to run this operation, and they failed to do it, and they failed to do it efficiently for quite some time. This just finally caught up with them when they put in some of the wrong machinery and shut down some of these conveyor systems.
Now, again, the backlog for deliveries was more than 220,000 at its peak. The latest post on the ABC website shows that's been cut by more than half now. Meanwhile, the new warehouse is still under construction. It's expected to be operational next year. City leaders in Clinton have approved some changes to the city's zoning ordinance with regard to data centers. The changes were approved by the Board of Aldermen last night at the meeting there. They're designed to give the city an additional tool to regulate data centers, which were not previously mentioned in city code. The changes also require developers to get a conditional use permit before constructing data centers within city limits, and they can be built only in certain industrial areas. 3 on Your Side was the first to let you know that Amazon would be building a data center in Clinton. We got confirmation of that even before the governor made the announcement. You can read the full ordinance right now on our website, Wlbt.com. Well, in the town of Edwards, there are some issues with water supply, the water system there. Many residents packing City Hall last night to raise concerns over the system. Now, they complained about the water's taste, smell, and color. Some say it's not fit to drink. They say it's been a problem for about a year now. 3 on Your Side talked with the town's certified water operator, who said they recently switched to a new system that's the first of its kind in the state. He said they are working through some initial startup issues, but some customers are running out of patience.
Sometimes it comes out like rust, it's gray, sometimes it's brown. Sometimes it even have little black rocks in it, and it smells like boiled eggs. It's ridiculous.
Most of those reasons come from pressure loss in the filters. If there's a disruption in the system, a couple of days ago, a gentleman hit a fire hydrant and we lost all the water in the town. Well, the filters depressurized and all the water turned black. And unfortunately, the only way to clear that was to run it through the system with additional flushing.
Now, he says if you have problems with your water, please let City Hall know so officials can keep track of any outstanding issues. And that's all the time we have for this edition of the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk Update for your Wednesday, June 3rd. Thanks to so many of you for watching today, and we appreciate that. We'll be back here, of course, tomorrow at 1, but before then, our First Alert weather team will be in here at 2:30 to give you an idea of what to expect in the rest of your work week and this weekend. And our early evening newscasts begin at 4 p.m. on air and online. For everyone here at WLBT, I'm CJ LeMaster, your lead investigative reporter and your host for this Digital News Desk Update. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you back here tomorrow.